Hello graduates, it's U.S. Senator Dan Sullivan, and congratulations on your graduation. I really wish I could be with all of you in our great state to celebrate with you. But as you probably know, there's a lot going on in Washington, D.C. right now to get us through this unprecedented pandemic that has hit our nation, our state, and really the entire world. So I'm filming this graduation message from a place that's very, very inspiring to so many Alaskans, so many Americans. It's the rotunda of the United States Capitol. So again, I want to say a big congratulations to all of you. You should celebrate, even if you have to social distance to do so. But I recognize, we all recognize, it's a tough time to celebrate such a momentous milestone. Now, it's normal for graduates to feel joy, of course, but also a little anxiety and uncertainty at graduation. Well, the graduations this year, that anxiety and uncertainty is going to be significantly greater. There's no doubt about that because of this unprecedented pandemic that has hit our state and our country. But I have all the confidence in the world that with your leadership, we're going to get through this crisis stronger and more resilient than ever. In previous graduation speeches, I've talked about how rewarding a life of service can be. Service to your communities, to your neighbors, to your elders, and service to your nation. But now that message is more important than ever. Not so much because service to others will be fulfilling to all of you. It will be. But now more than ever, we are going to need your service to your community, to your nation, to your state, to your neighbors, to get us through these challenging times, to get us through this unprecedented pandemic, which we're all experiencing. We're going to need all of you to help, as a matter of fact, to lead. Certain generations in American history have been faced with momentous challenges. The Revolutionary War, the Civil War, the Great Depression, World War II, the Civil Rights era. These generations have always risen to the challenge and made our country stronger. I have no doubt you will too. Already we're seeing many changes taking place in our country, and many changes are taking place for the better. Our new national heroes are those on the front lines that are battling this pandemic, whether it's our healthcare workers, our truck drivers, those working in our grocery stores, in pharmacies, our clergy, our first responders, entrepreneurs and small business leaders, and scientists who are working on vaccines to get us through these challenging times. The value and dignity of hard work is front and center again in America. The generosity of our citizens in Alaska and across our nation is on full display. The value of close communities and connections are being appreciated like never before, even if you have to do it through Zoom. So graduates, you are entering adulthood right at the time that our nation faces one of its biggest challenges in the history of America. And we're going to need you to get us through these challenges, and you will do it. I know you will do it. I am confident that every one of you will answer the call in a way that fits you and your personality and your interests the best. But in the meantime, congratulations. Celebrate. Enjoy this time. We are very proud of all your accomplishments and all that you have already done in your wonderful lives. So congratulations again. And by the way, congratulations to our great teachers, parents, grandparents, family members who have gotten you to this very important milestone in your life. How about a round of applause for all of them? I look forward to seeing you all back in our great state. We're very, very proud of you. Looking forward to all you're going to do in the future.
Good evening. and welcome to our parents, grandparents, families, teachers, staff, community members, and our seniors, the class of 2020. I am Lisa Shelby, the principal of Susitna Valley Junior Senior High School. While this is not how any of us envisioned our graduation, I do think you will enjoy this memorable keepsake we have provided to celebrate and honor our graduates. We are so proud of our class of 2020. I would like to acknowledge our Susitna Valley staff who were instrumental in organizing this event. Mrs. Kathy Trump, Senior Class Advisor, Mrs. Noelle Mashinko, Videographer and Director, Ms. Katie Heller, Music Teacher, Mrs. Tamara Harrison, Counselor, Mrs. Mindy Knapp, Admin Secretary, and Mrs. Marie Richter, our go-to organizer. Please join me in welcoming the class of 2020. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance performed by our seniors.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America,
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation under God,
indivisible,
with liberty and justice para todos.
And now, I'd like to introduce to you our charismatic and dynamic student body president and master of ceremonies, who was voted by the senior class to be the senior with the worst case of senioritis, Mr. David Johnston.
Thank you, Mrs. Shelby. Susitna Valley graduating choir students Kayla Snyder, Sophia Reyes, and Lucas Mars, under the direction of Katie Heller, will sing the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air,
Thank you, Kayla, Sophia, and Lucas, for singing the national anthem. It is now my privilege to introduce the class of 2020's president, the one and only Bailey Mishenko.
13 years, 26 semesters, 52 quarters, 2,340 days, or 16,280 hours, all leading up to this moment. And at the very least, we figured out how to do simple arithmetic on a calculator, case in point. And now, here we are. The culmination of all that work brings us to this perfectly normal and unifying, but at a distance graduation ceremony, whose memory will last us a lifetime. I would be remiss if I didn't say to my classmates, family members, teachers, and friends that I am deeply saddened I am not in the same space as you to share this moment. Graduation is often about memories, potential, and the future, but if there's anything to learn from this pandemic, it's that we need to take stock of where we are right now. Kurt Vonnegut illustrates this idea in his novel Slaughterhouse-Five, with a group of aliens called Tralfamadorians from the planet Tralfamador. These aliens can travel through time. In the book, one Tralfamadorian said, "Seeing all time as you might see a stretch of the Rocky Mountains, all time is all time. It does not change. It does not lend itself to warnings or explanations. It simply is. Take it moment by moment." With this, I decided to take this class at this moment of our lives and define who we are. I struggled to find a singular word to represent us completely, so I took it upon myself to create a new word to represent us and to guide us as we move on from this part of our lives. I thought about the qualities we as a class present to the world. 3 words came to mind: selfless, eccentric, and ambitious, thus creating self-ambitious-centric. I know, it's a chaotic mess of a word, but if anything, that just adds to why it's so fitting. But how exactly do we embody our self-ambitious-centric selves? That's exactly what I am here to tell you. Our first quality is to be selfless. In our junior year of high school, my class decided to start a community service initiative. Every Thursday, we would carpool a couple of kids to go volunteer their time at the food bank. Not only was this extremely rewarding, knowing that we were able to do our part to help, but it was also fun. Whether it was unloading what felt like 1,000 pounds worth of cardboard, or it was just sitting on the floor stacking cans, we made the best of it. But selflessness is not just found in service. Sometimes it's bigger than that, like rescuing a friend from a harrowing fall. To most, that statement might seem vague, but to anyone who is a part of Mr. O'Connor's middle school physical science in 2014, you know exactly what I'm referring to. It was a sort of gloomy day, but the thought of getting to do a trip down to the pond to look at Daphnia and other microscopic water creatures made the day so much brighter. Everything was picturesque. Our vials were full of murky swamp water, our spirits were high. What could be better? Dalton Pinard was reaching his arm into the water to fill his vial to the top when the unthinkable happened, a fall that would never be forgotten. Amid the chaos, Angelo rose to the occasion and quickly dove in after him. Some say he placed his foot in the wrong place and also fell victim to the swamp that day. But I know Angelo was saving a friend. Our next quality is eccentricity. If you know our class, you know we are no stranger to the term slacker. Although most seniors fall into that category, our class brought it to an entirely new level, with the exception of a few of us. Luke. Whether it was turning in an online quiz in Mr. Harrison's pre-calculus class, turning in our photos so that Rhea could actually make us a slideshow for graduation, or Cy having to park within the lines in the parking lot, we made sure to embody the slacker. But this quality alone does not make one eccentric. It was the ambition that we evoked amid sluggish behavior. My mom once referred to us as a group of type A slackers, and I could not have said it better myself. What makes us unique is our ability to put our entire heart and soul into something and not lose an ounce of sleep over another. This dedication that we possess has led Sophia to win state for her solo ensemble, our soccer team to win Region 2 state 2 times in a row, and for us to make it to this moment where I'm speaking to you today. And in those ways, we show our pure self-ambitious centriclessness. All in all, I would like to say I am so proud of us, and I know how tough it is in the midst of this adversity to look with hope and confidence on the months and years ahead. But I would like to tell you all one thing I think each and every one of us needs to hear. I love all of us just the way we are. Whether we are self-ambitious centricals or Tralfamadorians, at the very least, we have one thing in common. We are ever-changing beings, and every stage of us that emerges, it is just as beautiful as the last and just as beautiful as the next. And so with that, I want you to look within and ask yourselves the same question that Billy Pilgrim asked himself in Slaughterhouse-Five. I ask myself about the present, how wide it is, how deep it is, and how much is mine to keep. Thank you.
Thank you, Bailey, for a funny and excellent speech, capturing the class of 2020 perfectly. Our next speaker finished his senior year as a dual enrollment student at Alaska Pacific University. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you the class of 2020's valedictorian, Luke Grutman.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for joining us to celebrate this historic night. Like Bailey, I would like to start by saying I am greatly saddened that we cannot come together as a community and celebrate our graduation. However, I find it incredibly fitting that this unique class, the class of 2020, will have a graduation like no other. I will be honest, graduating in the middle of a pandemic is scary. COVID-19 will define our future and change the world like few events can. Unlike other classes, we cannot count on traditional pathways after high school. In fact, there is only one thing I know for certain. Our future will not be normal. At first, this thought terrified me, yet the more and more I thought about it, the more I became excited. Our future will not be normal. The world will be different because of this moment, and we have the power to define it. So while COVID-19 is an unprecedented and scary crisis, it is also a rare opportunity we have to change the world and forge our own future. If history has taught us anything, it is that the hardest challenges create the greatest opportunities. Our country was founded on this ideal when, after the impossible task of defeating the British had been accomplished, 13 colonies formed the great nation we call home. Writing at the time, Abigail Adams said, "These are the times in which a genius would wish to live. It is not in the still calm of life or the repose of pacifism that great characters are formed. When a mind is raised and animated by scenes that engage the heart, then those qualities which otherwise lay dormant wake into life and form the character of the hero and the statesman." We now face a moment like the times Abigail Adams spoke of, and just as our founding fathers confronted the greatest challenge of their lifetime and changed the world forever, we now have the same opportunity. So while all of us are rightly frightened by COVID-19, I hope we can also recognize the opportunity it poses. Today, I would like to leave you, the class of 2020, with this. It is okay to be afraid, but you should also be excited. Times like these are when heroes and visionaries like our founding fathers are made. They overcame their great challenge and created our country. Our great challenge is now here whether we like it or not, and the only question is if we will use it to change the world. Thank you and good night.
Thank you, Luke, for your inspirational speech. So many of our seniors have musical talent, and when we were planning graduation, we expected many voices and instruments to collaborate on this song. But history had a different plan. So today, we have Bailey Mashenko singing Don't Be Shy by Cat Stevens.
Don't be shy, just let your feelings roll on by. Don't wear fear, and nobody will know you're there.
Thank you, Bailey. That was beautiful. On a cold January day, I called Patty Bills, put her on speakerphone in front of the entire senior class, and asked her to be our commencement speaker. We are so lucky that she said yes. Here is retired, but not forgotten, teacher Mrs. Bills.
Hey, class of 2020, congratulations. This is your graduation from Susitna Valley High School, and I am thrilled to speak to you today. It is an honor to be chosen by you. But it's not how I imagined it when David called in January. Then I was scared to death to be in front of a packed gymnasium. Today, I'm speaking to the camera and Kathy Trump, and I'm no longer afraid. Instead, I miss all of you and connecting with you again in person before you go off to the next phase of your lives. I put together a board with your sophomore pictures on it so I can pretend I'm talking to you. I wish you everything good in life. Thank you for all the great memories of you guys in 9th and 10th grades. You were my last class after teaching here for 27 years. And you are the class I will remember best. I was your advisor those 2 years, and I taught many of you in Spanish 1 and 2. I had most of you in 10th grade English, and there were 5 lucky ones who went to the close-up trip in Washington, D.C. with me. I got to know you by reading your journals, and I loved your energy and spirit. You were always pretty fun and always interesting. You are what I missed most when I retired. I also want to say congratulations to your parents who loved you and encouraged you all through school. They're the ones who got you on the bus every morning and made sure you were fed and had your homework done and supported all your activities and sports. This is a happy day for them too. I know they're all proud of you. Give them a hug. And I want to congratulate the current staff at Susitna Valley who educated and coached you for the last 6 years. They especially deserve recognition for getting you through this alternative senior year. It was lots of extra work for your teachers and counselor and principal and tech staff, and they pulled it off, and you made it. Your teachers helped put those smiles on your faces tonight. Now, where do we go from here? March and April were months unlike any other in my lifetime. COVID-19 completely changed our sense of security and confidence. We're still not sure when social distancing will end, but we will get back to normal. And now is the time to focus on your futures. This is a time of transition in your lives. It's full of apprehension and uncertainty. And it's also an exhilarating time for being young and adjusting to adult life, and a time of making lots of choices and having adventures. Supreme Court Justice Sonia Sotomayor said in her book for kids, "Life's challenges make you stronger. Although I would never wish for this year's challenges, they are making you stronger and before you leave your parents' protection, and that is a really positive outcome. You're accumulating experience and knowledge as you go along. You're a composite of all your experiences, happy ones and sad ones. Don't panic, don't be scared. You're not finished as humans yet. You are merely becoming responsible for your own lives. Remember all the really fun, extraordinary moments of high school, and let the bad days fade. Remember music, dancing, concerts, soccer, wrestling, volleyball and basketball games, and cheering for those teams. Remember the crazy races and contests of Spirit Week, and debates and plays and AV class and PE workouts. When I was young, the song lyric was, "You get by with a little help from your friends." And that's still true. All of those happy memories were times you were cooperating and compromising and being flexible and listening to others and communicating with other students as a team to get the desired result. You were learning those very necessary skills while having fun. Those are all skills you will need in whatever career path you choose. And you have them ready to go. Further education is a way to financial stability. The job market may be slow in Alaska for a few years after this shutdown. So take this time to get more education. I hope you all have a plan in place for next year, but if things change with upsets in the economy, don't think of it as a setback. It could be the perfect time for a gap year to find out what you want to study, so you don't spend extra money switching majors several times. Discover yourself with online classes and a part-time job before you commit. But keep learning. That is most important. With constant technological advances in every field today, tremendous changes are occurring and you have to keep up. You must prepare yourselves for the future that you want. Now, this is the part of the speech where you get Patty Bill's advice. You asked for it, but I'll keep it short. Number one is another line from the 60s. All you need is love. I live by that. Find love in your life. Your family and your close friends are the most important things in life. They have your back when you stumble or make a bad choice, and we all do. We all have successes and failures. Learn from both. And constantly work on your character and integrity. You always want your family to be proud of you and for everybody to trust you. Life is about the people you love, not about things. And don't ignore your people or get too busy to stay in touch. I had an Iditarod party at my house this year, and some friends and their families came to eat lots and go out on the lake and watch the dogs go by. Since this speech was on my mind, I asked my friends' kids if they had advice for you. They're all in their early 30s and through grad school and embarked on careers. Every single one said to call your parents or parental figures. Soon you will not live in the same house anymore. So make an effort to keep in touch with your siblings and your parents. The next piece of advice sounds trivial, but it's not. Smile and make eye contact. Even if you're shy, even if you're in a crowd of strangers. We see too many negative things on the news these days, and we don't know how others are coping. Just a little acknowledgement and human warmth can change attitudes. I remember getting to school lots of mornings after a nerve-wracking drive from Willow in the dark and the ice and the moose. Seeing you guys smiling and goofy in the hall set me off on a good day. That is all it took to make a happy teacher. So smile often and brighten the lives of others. And just see, you will be paid back in kind. Number 3 is make wise choices about this planet. It was just Earth Day a few weeks ago, and the news showed great pictures of before and after smog-free skies in major cities around the world. This state we love is being directly affected by climate change. Replant, recycle, and conserve. Get involved in your local community wherever you live. Ask what you can do to help. Don't leave it up to anyone else. Willow is proud to have the biggest solar farm in Alaska. And former student Mitchell Jurassic just posted on Facebook that his college in Maine is starting a huge expansion of its solar capabilities. So participate in local government to support your own values. And everybody, vote this November. And I wouldn't be me if I didn't tell you to read and write every day of your lives. I wish I had called you all at the beginning of March and told you to buy journals and get writing. But I just couldn't foresee what would happen to all of us. Now I'm telling you, read widely so that you can think critically. And I'm quoting Time magazine. More than ever, the truth matters. Facts matter. Values matter. I still keep a journal, particularly when I travel. Thinking and reflecting on paper help me understand the world, and it'll work for you too. Well, that's it. Saying goodbye to high school is huge. Good luck to you, Susitna Valley class of 2020. And please invite me back to a class reunion when we can all be together. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Bills, for your lovely advice. It is now time for the senior slideshow, assembled by our very own Rhea Wildermuth. Please join us as we share the years together. Again, we have senior choir students Kayla Snyder, Lucas Mars, and Sophia Reyes, who will be joined by music teachers Danielle Islanian and Katie Heller to sing Hallelujah by Leonard Cohen. As they sing, if you received a rose ceremony card, this is the time to open it. Thank you to everyone who made a significant impact during our time at Susitna Valley High School.
I've heard there was a secret chord that David played and it pleased the Lord, but you don't really care for music, do you? It goes like this: the fourth, the fifth, the minor fall, the major lift, the baffled king composing hallelujah. Well, your faith was strong, but you needed proof. You saw her bathing on the roof, her beauty in the moonlight overthrew ya. She tied you to your kitchen chair, she broke your throne, she cut your hair from your lips, she drew the hallelujah. Baby, I've been here before. I know this room and I've walked this floor. I used to be somebody before I knew ya. And even though it all went wrong, I stand before the Lord in song. With every breath I say it's hallelujah.
Thank you again, Lucas, Kayla, Sophia, Danielle, and Katie, for your stunning rendition of Hallelujah. It has been a pleasure to be your master of ceremonies tonight. Thank you. Now, I would like to welcome back Mrs. Shelby to present the graduating class of 2020.
Ladies and gentlemen, as principal of Susitna Valley Junior Senior High School, it is my pleasure to recognize and present to you the following candidates for graduation. I hereby verify that the students presented to you have met or exceeded the requirements as set forth by the Mat-Su Borough School District and Susitna Valley High School and are thus eligible to receive the diplomas mailed to them. School Board Member Jeff Taylor, will you please join me in accepting this class?
Ms. Shelby, as a school board member of the Matanuska-Susitna Borough School District, I hereby proudly accept the Susitna Valley Junior Senior High School class of 2020.
Now, it's your moment, graduates. Liliana, Ray Bolaire. Daughter of Leah and Y. Bolaire. Liliana plans to live life to the fullest and follow her dreams wherever they may lead her. Abigail Annie Campbell. Daughter of Christopher and Linda Campbell. Abby works as an entrepreneur. She started an aviation freight and shipping company. Her future plans include moving to Oregon to start her life. Lucas James Gropman, son of James Gropman and Diane Zigner. Luke plans to attend Williams College and pursue an economics and political science dual major. Corey Stephen Harrison, son of Steve and Tamara Harrison. Corey plans to move to Oregon in the fall and join the workforce. Tristan Allen Hoffman, son of Brian and Marilyn Hoffman. Tristan plans to explore the world. Kenneth James Holman, son of Norman Holman and Tammy and James Rule. Kenneth plans to attend the University of Alaska in Fairbanks and pursue first a bachelor's and then a master's in accounting. David Frank Johnston, Jr., son of David Johnston and Lisa Bell. David plans to attend Arizona State University in Phoenix in the fall. Cy Jolly, son of Jeff and Anna Jolly. Cy plans to attend Grand Canyon University and pursue a degree in engineering. Daniel Kehoe, son of Keith Kehoe and Sarah Kehoe. Daniel plans to attend Grand Canyon University and pursue a Bachelor of Science in nursing. Elijah Robert Lincoln, son of Robert Lincoln and Roxana Burt. Elijah plans to attend Job Corps to learn the trade of electrician. John Anthony Luxford, Jr., son of John Sr. and Bobby Luxford, aka Queen Bee. John plans to join the workforce after graduation. He additionally plans to move to Idaho and pursue online learning. Lucas Dean Mars, son of Brian and Amy Mars. Lucas plans to continue his pursuit of music and to work hard to get where he is going. Angelo Charles Connor Mangione, son of Terry and Mia Mangione. Angelo plans to attend Grand Canyon University in the fall, where he will study to become a physical therapist. Rosalie Kristen Meyer, daughter of William and Betty Jo Meyer. Rosalie plans to move to Oregon in the fall and attend cosmetology school. Bailey Lynn Mashinko, daughter of Brennan Mashinko and Marnie Gunderson. Bailey plans to move to Homer this May and will attend University of Alaska Southeast in the fall to complete an outdoor studies degree. Dalton Everett Pinard, son of Jennifer Ballard and John Pinard. Dalton plans to move to Oregon with his buddies in the fall. Sophia Eleni Reyes, daughter of Emmanuel and Katrina Reyes. Sophia plans to attend UAF and get a major in business management and administration and minor in video gaming. Tatum Wolf Roderick, daughter of Paul Roderick and Whitney Wolf. Tatum plans to attend Fort Lewis College in Colorado and pursue a liberal arts degree. Cody J. Ruby, son of Mark and Rebecca Ruby. Cody plans to work on the Alaska Pipeline, and in fact, he already has a job. McKenna Russell, daughter of Beverly Imogen and stepfather Ivan Sorensen. McKenna Russell plans to move to Oregon to attend school to be an esthetician. Kayla Renee Snyder, daughter of Debbie Garrett. Kayla plans to attend Tennessee Tech University to study music education. Simeon Spear Waite, son of Tom Waite and Margie McCauley Waite. Simeon plans on traveling to Oregon this coming fall and joining the workforce. He has been accepted to Lane Community College, where he will study multimedia. Rhea Louise Wildermuth, daughter of Laura Callier and Mark Wildermuth. Rhea plans to explore the world and take time discovering her passion. Tristan Zane Williams, son of Andy and Tasha Williams. Tristan plans on attending Palmer Job Corps and training to become an electrician. Graduates, in my final moments as your principal, I have a few words to share. I wish we were all together in person, but whether you believe this now or not, this pandemic has prepared you for life in many ways. There will be more moments where things come out of nowhere. You have to pivot, embrace change, and again exhibit flexibility, determination, and resilience. Well, this is the final time I get to ask you to do something, so I'm going to take advantage. First, I want to ask you to own your mistakes when you mess up. And you will mess up because you're human. But remember, your mistakes will never define who you are. And owning a mistake with "I'm sorry" is really powerful. Next, I ask you to not be afraid to ask for help. Asking for help shows you care enough to want to know, learn, and get things right. Asking for help takes courage, builds character and confidence, and garners respect. Last, you actually don't and won't know everything. Many brains are smarter than one brain. It's okay to need people, as they need you too. I ask you to remember to say thank you and appreciate the goodness of people. Good luck, graduates. We will be proudly cheering you on, remembering you always as part of our family. Now, let's make it official. Class of 2020, it is with great pride that we signify the completion of your tenure as students in the Mat-Su-Borough School District and as students of Susitna Valley High School by asking you to please move your tassels from right to left. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, it gives me great pleasure to present to you the newest Susitna Valley High School alumni, the class of 2020